What's the motherfucking deal, man? Welcome to the den. I hope everybody is doing fine and dandy. Having a Sunday that's sweet like candy. It's like candy. I'm talking about the 8-Ball MJG. Not the, who was that, Cameo? I might be wrong about that, so, correct me if I'm wrong. Players fuck up. So I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody is having a super Sunday, significant Sunday. I guess I don't know if you can say super Sunday, motherfucking NFL fuck around, come and sue a motherfucker for that shit. Man, look, Jack, Den, I fucks with y'all. It was Cameo. Okay, cool. I'm not sure who it was. Okay, I know that y'all have been sending a bunch of love and support in this movement, and trust me, I know exactly where my feelings are. All right, I know where my heart is, and I fuck with the den, I fuck with the sauce, and I really want to keep this thing going. So I just want to say shout out to everybody who has been donating to make this thing shake, because honestly, again, like I say, it's two things. It's either move on, take this gig and be out of commission for a while, or if we try to reach this goal and we just kind of take this thing to the next level and really start taking it extremely serious. Not to say that I don't take it seriously, but to really start taking it extreme. And man, just some of the support, some of the love that has been coming out, and some of it I don't even know where it's coming from, honestly. A lot of it at the end, it's been some of the sauce. I mean, a lot in the sauce too, I'm not saying that. But it's just, like I say, it's thank y'all. I appreciate all of the love, man. I just sincerely. Like I say, I didn't know it was that real. But tonight, Sunday night confessions, man. So y'all know what that means. Y'all better get them secrets ready, And probably after tonight, I'm gonna start doing a couple of little changes to the den, and just maybe because what I'm thinking is we'll probably start just going about 2 hours a night instead of the real elongated dens. And the reason why I say that is I'd rather give you, dense, great content instead of stretching out. Sometimes it gets stretched out a little bit, and like I say, just keep it just keep it like a site, like a good solid 2 hours. That way, people who catch it late, they get to catch everything, and then that way it just keeps us good content for plus for me and for those of you who be staying up late rocking with the den because y'all don't want to miss the goodness. So probably just start going like 2 hours a night and keeping it up. And I'm gonna probably get back on the Den podcast, so I got to get some shows and things back up going with that, and I'll let y'all know how that goes. But just all the love that I've been seeing from this week, man, it just I'm gonna push a little harder, and it's the least I can do. So with that being said, man, Sunday night confessions. I hope y'all got some good shit to talk. I'm gonna drop me a little confession in, but before we do all that, I'm gonna see which friends of the den, which denizens, which degenerates, which of the den folk are in the mix. The podcast is just something to listen to, and I'll probably do it earlier in the day, and I may just speak on different topics, but I'll probably start doing more of it. It's a video I'm actually do. Probably not tonight after dinner, but early in the morning. I just saw something that I found very interesting that I want to speak on. But it's your birthday, I gave you power. Man, what's the motherfucking deal? Happy fucking birthday that I gave you power. Power up. Don't take no ecstasy, but power up. Do your thing, man. But let's see who we got joining us here, man. And then we're going to get into some conversation. I had to think about it. I had a different confession. I'm going to hold on to that confession for a while, but I got another one that I may share with y'all tonight. Beyond a funny nigga, what's the motherfucking deal? Jared Key, Jaja Air, Simply Deep, 1985. What's the motherfucking deal? Betty White, Unbeaten Sports. Dr. Rabbit, Eastside Hero. I don't want that book of sugar. 335, what's the motherfucking deal? Paul Wellness, what's the motherfucking deal? Wise, the wise man in the house. Always good to see you, man. What's the motherfucking deal? Anthony Bailey, ABI already, man. Y'all root for that bitch. She losing. That shit. I've been saying that shit since the last fucking confession, dog. Mark, what's the motherfucking deal? V Darko, what's the motherfucking deal? Let me make sure I ain't missing nobody. If I missed you, I ain't dishy, man. We just got some stuff we got to talk about. So, Sunday night confessions. Oh man. I will get the party started, and then we'll talk about some things. We'll open up the line that you guys call in. Whew. Sunday night confessions. All right, I got one. It was a while back. This was a few years back. I had some things going on. You know, I'll keep the names undisclosed, but I'm sure there's evidence out there. But so it was kind of a situation where I was dealing with two chicks, okay? And both of these chicks had birthdays around the same time. And they both wanted to have shindigs, and it ended up being these shindigs were on the same fucking day. Basically at the same motherfucking time, right? So, yeah. And so I had some choices to make, right? One chick, let's call her the newer chick. She had really been planning this event. And then the older chick who I had been down with for quite some time, all right? And so let's be honest, you know, my loyalty is to the longevity. And so that's kind of where I started off. I ended up going, you know, to that whole, to that deal first. A lot of friends there, went out to eat, a bunch of other stuff. All the while, you know, I'm getting contacted, you know, where are you at? Why are you not here? You know, this, that, and the third, and a bunch of other things. And, you know, I think she even bought a new outfit or some shit too, if I'm not mistaken. And just a whole bunch of stuff that took place with that second deal. But, you know, went to the first little gathering, and I was there, and I enjoyed myself. Had a good old time. And then after that was said and done, I had to make haste to the second event and you know, congregate with a whole different crew of flunkies. And yeah, I don't think I even really felt bad about it. I don't think I did. Not I look back on it knowing the way that secondary situation ended up. But yeah, I definitely that's gay as that's a lame slat. That's terrible. That's terrible. Fucking that's what y'all young niggas in. Y'all on that weird shit. You say that watching that look, like, you know, and they had to move relatively quick. So basically, I didn't ever go get the other outfit, and so I went to the one she wanted me to wear to the function. So I ended up in the same shit I wore to the other one. So I'm sure if somebody ever takes some time one day to put two and two together, they're gonna be like, wait, don't these the same day, same time, same situation? What the fuck was you up to, Honcho? Baker Man, what's the motherfucking deal? Baker Man internationally whooping people's ass. Keisha R, what's the motherfucking deal? Good to see you. And so, yeah, you know, I kind of kept it hush hush because, you know, neither one of them knew. And if either one of them ever watched the Den, well, there's that, you know. It doesn't really matter because I'm not involved with either one of them anymore, so it don't really matter. I don't really give a shit. So, yeah, it definitely was a hasty night, and yeah, I was probably dirty dog dicking it that evening, but shit happens, and he started. I was laughing at the company, the Bakers. I was like, "There's one. It's more than one Craig. It's two Craigs, and what the fuck?" So yeah, you know, again, it is what it is. I wasn't married, so I ain't taking too much fault for it. But there's that. That's my confession. That's a mild confession for you, because I got some things I want, but I gotta just be careful. I don't know how much I can trust all y'all to say all some of these things, but that's my mild confession for the evening. 2 birthday parties, 2 birthday broads, and a whole bunch of shenanigans for one evening. But even though I was extremely late to one of them, then the broad almost started a damn fight with somebody at the end of the shit. Smooth everything over. Nobody got hurt. Man, who was the first person to tell y'all Nick Foles was going to the Jags? Who was the first person to tell y'all in the season that Nick Foles would be going to the Jags? So I'm not even in prayer. Like, I told y'all this in the season that this was happening. No commentating, none of them fancy. Look, I'm just a nigga talking sports, man. Nigga, I was the first person to say that. I was the first motherfucker to say Nick Foles going to the goddamn Jags. Well, I can't lie. Nick Sticky might have said. I might not have heard it, though. I mean, I guess I can't confirm that. But as far as I know, for any national commentator, for any of the motherfuckers was saying anything like that, I said Nick Foles was going to the Jags that week that fucking we played Philly. I told everybody that Nick Foles would end up on the Jags. The week that the Texans played Philly, I was like, for sure that I was looking at this contract situation. I was like, don't be surprised if fucking Nick Foles ends up on the Jags. Like, and I'm not surprised. But y'all think I'll just be crazy, Anyway, this ain't soft sports, goddamn. We ain't talking about no motherfucking sports in here. I want to know some confessions. I want to know how y'all day has been. I want to know how everybody's doing. I want to know everything. They're talking about they're supposed to be letting go of Blake Bortles to make room for Nick Foles. But like I said, no surprise. I told y'all that shit was gonna happen in the season. That's why y'all need to fuck with the sauce. Get you some drip. You know what I'm saying? Don't be surprised. And I'm telling y'all that don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if Bill O'Brien hoe ass goes and pick up Blake Bortles. Okay? So anyway, fuck all that shit. Yes, exactly. I said fuck all that shit and I go back into it. I had to throw that icing on there just so I have some witnesses. But again, it's confessions. It's Sunday night confessions, man. I want to know what's on your mind. I want y'all you got to be truthful. You got to be honest. Confession, you get no pussy in Mexico. Oh, man, that's terrible. You ain't get no chocha across the border. No, that didn't work. I tried. But yeah, you got to get you something before they put that wall up. It's going to be much more difficult. No, it's not. I mean, shit. It's plenty of locations in Houston. You can get you some fresh across the border. We ain't talking Taco Bell. It's action all over the map in these little locations in the city. We ain't finna talk about that. Yes, that's unfortunate. But I ain't worried about it. I know my nigga got some action out here, man. So, look. I know. I know the coach be cock blocking on you, man. So it's all Gucci. It's all Gucci, probably. Craig, no, don't do it, Craig. It's not worth it, Craig. But let's talk about it, man. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and open up the Denline. Give me just a second to get everything in action. I want to know what y'all talking about, man. I want to know what's on your mind. I need some good confessions. Look, we had some better confessions during the week. Well, from the ladies we did. But all right, there we go. We all Gucci. And let me make sure I do this shit first before I open it up. Because I always say I need to open it, and I never do. I just get into talking and I never fucking put the proper shit out there. First and foremost, if you don't know, now you know. If you can't even, I am your host, Ed Honcho. Host of the Den Show, and this is the Den Show. I guess the Den is the channel. The Den Show is when we go live. So appreciate it. Thank you for joining me this evening. Make sure you're following the Den on all the proper social medias. Facebook.com/Den Show Live, Twitter and Instagram @Den Show Live. Different platforms, same name, easy to do it. Conflict of interest. Look, sometimes I wear Den shirts in the sauce. It just happens because I had planned on dripping some sauce, but I got a video or two I gotta drop something on. Hold on, did I? T'Challa. Well, thank you. I appreciate the love. I mean, and I appreciate the words of encouragement. I don't even know what to say about that player. I'm telling y'all, the love that's been coming through is just I'm gonna tell y'all, man. Yeah, you know, just a little, you know, just I appreciate that love. I mean, I got nothing else. I got nothing else to say on that, man. I mean, shit. Goddamn, thank you. I appreciate that. I mean, shit. Normally I don't do this, but keep the party going. And this is why I say, man, it's appreciate that love to each other sincerely. I mean, I don't even know what to say to that. But this is what I mean, man. And this is why I say this is where my heart is, man. This is fucking with y'all, and that love that y'all show back, man. Goddamn. Man. Here it goes. So, what I was talking about, Sunday Night Confessions. I appreciate that. Thank you. So let's get back. I got all out of whack, all out of pocket. I'm gonna open up the line. Let me make sure you follow on all the proper socials, all that good stuff. Make sure to drop the contacts on there. Make sure if you ever want to contact the Den, 1-833-284-3336, or you can reach it at 833 the Den. Or if you just want to send an email, you know, because you got a frog in your throat, you sound like Patrick Mahomes, you can always email at denshowlive or denshowlive@gmail.com. If you ever want to offer some constructive criticism, you just have an idea for a topic, suggestion for the show, you're always welcome to provide your input, because again, this is about y'all, man. Like I said, it's about the friends of the Den, it's about the denizens, it's about the dengenerates, the den folk, if you will. So, like I say, I appreciate you all. Thank you all, and just the love that comes through. Whew, let's get into this party, man. Let's see who go. Let's see who got something to drop in the Den tonight, man. And for those of y'all who don't know, of course T'Challa knows because she shows some love. Goddamn, support the Den at streamlabs.com/The Den Show. The link is in the description below. And appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Really appreciate that love. Yeah, I thought them was jokes. You know what I'm saying? I thought them was jokes. And look, she tried to get Jay Dizzle up out of here, right? Hold on, y'all already calling in. I ain't even opened up the line yet. Hold on, let me get the shit together. Hold on. Already. Hold on. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got called into the Den this evening?
It is not your boy Roman. It is Jay Dizzle.
What's the motherfucking deal, Jay Dizzle, man? What you want to drop in the Den tonight, man?
Well, seeing that I'm probably about to get demoted and kicked the fuck off, I might as well go out in a blaze of glory. First off, I'd like to sincerely thank T'Challa for supporting my boy Honcho and for help trying to keep the Den alive. But I would also like to say fuck T'Challa for trying to blackmail a nigga yesterday to try to get me kicked off this bitch. I ain't going nowhere. I'm like a virus, bitch. I'm here forever. You ain't gonna never get rid of me, goddammit. I may lie dormant like a motherfucker, but I'm still here. I'm hanging in there, goddammit. Jay Dizzle ain't going nowhere.
Anyway.
It's all good though, man. 200, hey, man, that's a strong statement. Yeah, that's strong statement. Shit, you might have to. Shit, nah, I'm not gonna go. I'm leave that. certain things you shouldn't say. But anyway, as confessions as promised, I'm gonna go ahead and I guess tell my story. It's not gonna be one of these long J Dizzle calls, so y'all could just chill out in the chat. I just wanted to get my shit out the way first. But it started in 10th grade when I was a sophomore. I seen this chick in the hallway, man. I was like, who the fuck is that? You know what I'm saying? She was real cute. She's probably about, what, 5'4"-ish. You know what I'm saying? Light brown skin, and she had, like, short but real curly hair. Yep. And normally I don't like short hair chicks, but she was real cute in the face. And she had these legs, my nigga, just, like, perfect. No marks, no scars, no nothing. And they were shaped proportionate. She wasn't just, like, you know what I'm saying, bam and kaplow, you know, with titties and ass, but it was definitely enough. Yeah. So I was just like, damn, she cute. So you know how like when you looking at a chick and you really feeling like digging her, you start to look a little too long. Mm. And so she noticed me looking, and then when she looked at me, of course, I looked away. Mm. You know what I'm saying? Because I was a shy nigga. Yeah. Believe it or not, I was a shy nigga and very, very quiet. So slowly but surely, would always run into her in the hallway. And I would just look at her and be like, oh, my God, who is she? And then one day, I seen my cousin with her, which me and my cousin about the same age. And she and I were in the same grade. So they were walking together. And the funniest part about this shit was my cousin was living with us at the time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So when we got home, I was like, cuz, who was that girl you was walking with earlier? And then she was like, who? I say, the real pretty one with the short hair. And she was like, who? And I'm like, Livy. Her name is Livy? She's like, no, her name is Olivia. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, Olivia. And then she was like, why? And I was like, well, she pretty. And then she was like, boy, she got a whole boyfriend. I'm like, oh, okay. So, you know, me being me, I don't fuck with other people's relationships. Yeah. So I left that alone. Well, anyway, toward the middle of the school year, that's when I met my gal, and I got galled up with her, but she went to the school across town. Mm-hmm. So I would still look at old girl, Olivia, on the pass by and shit, but I would never say nothing. So time went by, then it gets to my senior year, all right? And it's the last pep rally of the season, football season, because I play football. Yeah. So at the end of the pep rally, we was just, you know what I'm saying, like the whole senior class was just hanging out talking and shit. And all the cheerleaders, which all of them knew me, we was hugging each other and they was crying and shit because, you know, it was the last game and yada, yada, yada. Yeah. So after I hugged one of my real close homegirls, I go to turn around to walk out and she's standing right there. So now I'm like, fuck. And at this point, you know what I'm saying, I hadn't kind of grew up a little bit. Yeah. My intestinal fortitude started to display itself a lot more at this time. But even still, like, she's standing, like, right here in 3D. Now, the whole time, been going to school with this girl for years, I never spoke to her. Yeah. Not once. Now, I can't get away. She right here in front of me, and she came to me. Yeah. So I'm like, what the fuck do I say? What do I do? And then I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. And before I got to say something, she was like, can I have a hug? And I'm like, yeah, you know, cool, whatever. So I hugged her, and as soon as I hugged her, I'm like, nigga, this motherfucker smell good, my nigga. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, nigga, you got a whole girl, though. And then my other mind say, but nigga, this motherfucker smell good. Ooh, look at that. Because I'm taller than she is. I'm looking down and shit, and I'm like, look at that ass, bro. Oh. And so I'm just like, okay, I got to stop. So I let go, and she didn't. Mm. So then I start hugging again. I'm like, wait a minute. And I'm like, you know what? Nigga, now or never. So just say what it is. So when she let go, I looked at her. I said, hold up. I said, I'm just going to tell you, I had a crush on you ever since the first time I saw you. And then she kind of looked at me with this puzzled look. Mm. And then she was like, why would you tell me that? And I'm like, well, because it's the truth. Ever since I first seen you, when I was a sophomore, I had a crush on you. Mm. And then she was like, well, why didn't she tell me that? And I'm like, who tell you what? She said, Ebony. I said, what about her? She was like, I asked her about you too, because she said that was you and her were cousins. And she said that you had a girlfriend at the time. I said, no, the fuck I didn't. And then she was like, well, that's what she told me, and she told me you had a boy. That bitch. Oh, I got so mad, bro. I got so mad. My own kinfolk hated on the nigga, bro. Straight up cock blocked the nigga all the way to the extreme. Knowing that the girl liked me and that I liked the girl. And all this time, before I was with my girl, I kept asking her about her. And then she was like, boy, she got a whole boyfriend, which eventually she did. And what happened was one of the years, because she ended up graduating 2 years after me, because she got pregnant by the dude. Then she had to drop out, and then she had a baby, then she came back. For my senior year, which was, I think, her equivalent of her sophomore year, however the fuck that worked out. Boy, when I seen my cousin, my nigga, I wanted to beat that bitch up. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was like, I just looked at her, and I was like, I can't believe you did that whole ass shit. And then she was like, boy, what you talking about? And I confronted her. I said, bitch, you know what I'm talking about. And I went off on her motherfucking ass. I cussed her motherfucking ass off so good. But yeah, that was my story.
Man,
I got hated on by my own kinfolk, bro.
No, that's
fucked up.
That's fucked up. She basically just, reconstructed your whole future. It could have been a whole different outcome, and she just, played unmatched maker.
The craziest part about it though, Honcho, is it for her it probably would have ended a whole lot better.
Yeah.
Because I ended up seeing her like probably about 5 or 6 years after we graduated. Yeah. And I didn't even recognize her.
Word.
She did not look the same at all. Old buddy had been got her smoking and shit. So she was smoking cigarettes and dip and weed and all this old shit. She looked like a straight up thought, bro. And I'm just like, that can't be the same girl. And the only reason I recognized it because one of the other girls said her name. Yeah. And then I looked in her face and I'm like, that is her. Damn. And then she looked at me and then kind of had that puzzle look, and I just turned my head like I didn't know who the fuck she was. Just like, damn. So that's how you turned out, huh? And then, of course, I called my cousin and asked her about it. And I was like, nah, don't you feel a little guilty? And then she was like, what you mean? I said, you think she would have turned out like that if she was fucking with a nigga like me? No. Because I wouldn't have pressured her into doing that shit. She hung up in my face. So that answered my question.
Yeah. She ruined that girl life, goddamn. That's fucked up.
And possibly mine too.
Yeah. And the fucked up thing about that shit made me, I don't know why I started thinking about that Devin that used to be.
I was jamming that the other day, man. Niggas don't know about that Devin. Devin is real because he speak on regular nigga problems, man. Man, come on, man. Everybody can relate.
Exactly.
I fucks with that nigga. I ain't never smoked a day of my life. I guess that's a confession too. Yeah. No, I have never smoked a day in my life.
So why do you think that is? Is it just what you've seen from people who smoke? You just never had that interest in it? What
no, it just never interested me. Because I don't mind hanging around motherfuckers that smoke weed. Yeah. That don't bother me a bit because the niggas be funny. Yeah. I don't like to fuck with drunk motherfuckers. Yeah. I can't stand them people because I be wanting to fuck them up. and I know that they mind ain't right, so it really wouldn't be fair, number one. And number two, I probably whoop their ass if they were sober anyway. You know what I'm saying? So it's just one of them things. But nah, it never really appealed to me. And I know a lot of my partners is the same way. Like one of my real close partners, he didn't smoke for the longest. So me and him was kind of like in the group. Now that nigga is a motherfucking marijuana professional now these days. He said you about different strands and shit, what the seeds, if it's male and feet. I'm like, nigga, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit, man. But you know, so he done went over to the dark side, but I'm still standing by myself. Because I'm the only nigga in my whole family that ain't never smoked.
It's gonna be, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna come around. It's gonna hit you about around retirement age when you ready just to slow. You go, well, fuck it, I ain't got nothing to lose. You gonna be like, damn, I done missed out on this my whole life. I think a lot of people are though. You know, I mean, it's if you cool with it, I think that time when you just that one time you fuck, well, fuck it, let me just see what it is, and then I think you understand why people get into it the way they do. But you know, like I said, I ain't trying to enforce nobody, I ain't trying to encourage nobody to smoke. You know, you your old man, but you know, hey, that's what's happening though.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, I'm a working man. You know what I'm saying? So I've always had a job. Yeah. So I can't, fuck around and do this shit. I lose my goddamn job, lose my income.
Yeah, especially
so
when you're on the road.
Everybody's always known me to be working. I've always been working, always. So I just, and when I was off, or when I did have a little time away or between jobs or whatever, I still didn't fuck with it because I was in pursuit of the next check. You know what I'm saying? So. Nah, it just ain't never appealed to me. Oh, and niggas be like, nigga, your mama smoke, your brother smoke, everybody. Yeah, they all smoke. And niggas, I done been in the fucking room with about 13, 14 niggas, all of them passing sweets and shit around. And of course, just to fuck with me, hey, you want to hit this? Yeah. And then they want to laugh and shit. Yeah, nigga, I hit your ass. How about that shit, old bitch ass? You know what I'm saying? So, it's just all fun and games. Yeah. And I guess another confession is I've never been drunk before neither.
Word.
I have drank.
Yeah.
I have drank. I've, been buzzed. I know what that feel like, but I ain't never been drunk because I don't like drunk people. Why in the fuck would I go out and be one of them? Yeah. So that right there never appealed to me either.
Yeah, I'm on that same. But I've been drunk, but I mean, I just don't. I had to stop. That's why I really don't care for drinking too much because when you lose control of all your faculties and somebody got to tell you everything you was doing the day after and all that shit, that's just not my bag. I like being in control. I like at least knowing what the fuck is going on. So yeah, I've been on the brink a few times, but I don't really care to get drunk. I don't like drunks too much either. So I definitely agree with you on that one.
Yeah, so the thing is I already got 3 or 4 motherfuckers who got dibs on wanting to be there the first time I do decide to partake in some herbal essence, if you will. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Since we do got 12 listening to the show, I have to watch my words particularly. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about? So, so I don't indulge none of that other thing like that, so y'all don't come for me.
This is what we're going to do when the den get right. Look, Jay, this is going to have to end up being a co-host or something, so then, he can be gainfully employed and feel free to partake, man.
I told him, I say, nigga, if I hit the lotto or some shit like that and I got millions of dollars, I ain't got to go worry about showing up on no white folk job. I'll try it. I'll give it a shot. Why the fuck not? No. And they was like, man, we just want to hear how you going to react. Like, is you going to be just like more chill or is you going to just be like really thinking outside the box? You already are outside of a box, nigga. So if you get high, just imagine what you'd be thinking about, because that's what they want to see. They want to see how I'm going to react to it.
Yeah, and I can see it now, because because you like I say, you a thinking man, and so when you get lit and you just start, because this is going to have you just depending on what kind of strain you fuck with. Some of that shit make you dumb, but you start really just going to these thoughts, and you really start pondering on some shit. And you just gonna really dive deep into that particular thought. That's why I say I'm interested in seeing where you would take some shit like that.
See, and you too, you on this shit too. Goddamn, another one.
I'm telling you, because it's the personality. If the personality goes well with the partaking, I'm telling you, you'd be surprised. I remember I used to be lit, and my people used to be thinking I was tripping. I remember because we had a little spot. And I'd be in that motherfucker talking about the universe and shit. He's like, nigga, we just want to play some video games. Nigga, what the fuck you on? We had that whole decked out. Yeah, just on some old far left shit. They like, what? You smoking the same shit we smoking, my niggas? I wouldn't think about none of that shit. I'm in the fucking little recliner and shit. I'm out of there. But I should have had you on some far left shit though. Okay.
Yeah, that was mine. So I promise this wouldn't be a long call. So I'm gonna let other people get in because I know they ready to. So y'all gonna do y'all thing.
Alrighty, man. Appreciate the call, Jay Dizzle.
Yeah, shout out to T'Challa again. Good job, girl. Do your thing.
Yeah, she came through like a dream. Appreciate it. Man. Yeah. I remember I told y'all we used to have and if y'all listening to Kenneth, y'all know better. Y'all know better. I ain't done all that shit Kenneth talk about don't make no goddamn sense. Y'all know me better than to listen to that goddamn Kenneth. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
What's going on, Honcho? This is Dr. Rabbit.
Dr. Rabbit. I'm not sure of his qualifications or his certifications, but hey, he says he's a doctor, so I believe him. What would you like to drop in the den this evening?
Man, I got one. I got a confession.
What you got?
One time, when I was about 4 years old, I'm sitting on the stairs, right? Now, my mom doesn't see me. I'm sitting on the stairs, and I'm like a little baby. I think this was like either 2007 or 2009.
Okay.
Again, she doesn't see me, and she doesn't look down. She walks past the stairs, and she's about to like go down the stairs, and she accidentally kicks me in the neck, and I fall. And it's not one of those stairs where it just goes straight down. No, it goes different directions. So I fall to the bottom, and the bottom is a tiled floor.
Interesting.
I do not remember what happened that day. What happened the rest of the day?
I'm gonna be honest. You said you were 4 when this happened?
Yeah.
I mean, you got a way better memory. I don't remember shit. Anything. I barely remember what was going down in kindergarten and shit. 4. That's solid. I'm gonna be honest. I'm recording this call, so I'm gonna make sure I transfer this to CPS. So we'll make sure the proper authorities get notified. We'll handle the situation. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it, Dr. Red. We'll take care of all the stuff for you.
I mean, I got another one. I got another confession.
What you got, man?
One time she fell on me at the airport.
Do what?
One time she fell on me at the airport.
Oh man, I'm gonna be honest. These aren't accidents, Dr. Rabbit. These situations they sound intentional at this point. I mean, what did she lead with an elbow? Because if she led with an elbow, then that was intentional. It was not an accident.
I don't think so.
Okay. That would be unfortunate. Yeah, she's definitely. There's a saying. I don't know if you've ever heard it. I know it's prominent in the black community, and it says, "I brought your ass into this world, and I will take you out." I think she's trying to execute on that. I think she really is trying to go ahead and finish the deal on that. That's what some of these stories sound like. Down the stairs, getting kicked in the neck and shit, and it sounds like you got some shit going on there, Dr. Rabbit.
Yeah, I'll tell you what though, I really did get her back. 10 years later, we're going to church, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she falls. She falls in the church. I look at her, and I start laughing and ask her, "What happened? To God made you fall?"
That's terrible.
That's fucked up.
That's terrible. That's a terrible thing. Why didn't you help your mother up? She brought you into this world, Dr. Rabbit.
I helped her.
You just watched her
helped her
fall.
out.
I don't know about Dr. Rabbit, y'all. I'm becoming concerned that he has evil in his soul. No, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna laugh at anybody falling. Goddamn, I help your motherfucking ass up, but I'm gonna laugh at your shit. Straight up. Man. All right. Well, appreciate you sharing that with us, Dr. Rabbit. I hope you recovered from all of your injuries and were able to move forward and live a normal life. But definitely thank you for sharing your confessions with us this Sunday evening.
Appreciate it, Mike.
All right, Dr. Rabbit. All right. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening?
Man, this is Beyond the Funny.
Beyond the Funny, nigga. What's the motherfucking deal, man? What would you like to drop in the den tonight?
Well, it's really a question because, like, I just be capping and shit. I just be trolling the group chat. But I haven't even smoked weed a day in my life. I ain't drunk either. I want to ask you personally, like, describe the feeling of being high because I want to try it, but I don't want to be smoking rat poison and shit because these niggas do you dirty out here.
Okay, I'm gonna share some stuff with you, man. See, I come from I'm a little older than some of y'all out there.
Mm-hmm.
Back in my day, there used to be a thing called 3 for 10s, which means that you could buy 3 pre-rolled reefer cigars, as some people like to call them, for $10. It was shitty dirt weed. It was what it was. But back then it was Perfectos, not these little cigarillos and shit. So you got a bunch of weed, especially for a motherfucker who couldn't roll. You know, that took the hassle out of being able to smoke. And so, you know, that's how I started off. And I ain't gonna lie, sometimes I don't know about that shit. That shit was a little suspect. But as I got older, moved on to better reefer and things, shitty weed get you shitty results. You'll be high, but it ain't really all that. But it's to the point now, it's so much quality available everywhere. There's no reason to be smoking shitty weed. Depending on what you want, indica or sativa, and then we can go into all the different other shits. But indica, the easy way to remember that is in the couch. It means you're gonna be sluggish. You know, you're gonna be basically kind of chilling. I think they call that more of the body high. And then, you know, you got sativa, I believe, is more of the head high, if I'm not mistaken, or I might have that vice versa. But I know indica is in the couch. That's how I remember that. And so if you're a thinking person, if you're a more active, energetic person, you probably want a sativa. You know what I'm saying? And that way you just, you're going to be thinking about a bunch of shit. You're going to really, and you seem like a person who ponders things. So you might be on that same kind of level. If you think about shit enough already, you'll really be on some thinking shit. But the high it's more of a relaxation thing. It more of a take you in. So it's not like a drunk. When a drunk is where you feel good, you lose your inhibitions, and then you just start getting sloppy after a certain point. You wobbling and your thoughts slurring together. You struggling to maintain your focus. That's why I say drinking is cool. If you drink enough to loosen you up, cool. But when you start drinking and getting wasted, that shit is it sucks. And then you got that fucking hangover. That shit sucks too. But with weed, you ain't never gonna have no hangover. You might wake up a little bit over relaxed, but you ain't gonna worry about that hangover. But like I say, I encourage anybody who has the opportunity, and only maybe do it around people you trust. I suggest everybody smokes one time. Just one time, if you can afford it. If you can afford it, what I mean by afford it is not cost you your livelihood. You know what I'm saying? I encourage everybody just to try it once and make sure it's a good strain or something. You might have to do it twice. Some people say they don't get high their first time. Some people kind of got to adjust to the feeling, but it's more of a relaxing. If you play video games or watch a comedy like a stand-up, smoking weed, watching stand-up is probably one of the best things to fucking do. That's my favorite way to watch. But like I say, I've been cooling for the last few months. I don't know how long it's been now, but shit, damn near close. It's been over half a year, so whatever. But watching stand-up, smoking, because it's just like you just relate to shit so much more because you just thinking about the shit, and it's almost like you putting yourself into the same mind frame. Yeah, music is good too. Music is definitely good when you're smoking. To me, it just intensifies certain things, but it's not like a cocaine intense. It's just like you're more attentive, like because you're kind of moving a little bit, or you're more focused, but you're not like fucked up and just, out of your element. You know what I mean? But once you smoke too much, you can smoke too much, but you only gonna get so high. Some motherfuckers smoke until they start looking and sounding retarded and shit. But for the most part, you smoke your little blunt or a little bowl or something and just chill, you'll be all right. You know what I mean?
I'm about to see if I can find a plug somewhere.
Just tell them you want to get your little gram, so you can find your little gram somewhere for, I don't know the price. I don't deal with drug dealers or drug users, so I don't know the prices. But if somebody told me all you need is a gram, you'll be all right, especially if you ain't never tried it.
I know. I mean, is this right? Because I heard somebody did somebody like that. They sold 2 for $50 or something like that. Is that right? Is that correct?
That is a ripoff. Somebody got one. Somebody had an ultimate victory on they motherfucker they hit them with an ultra combo. They motherfuckers whooped that ass on that price. God damn, they beat their ass over the head 2 for $50. Good grief.
Yeah, that sounds like some heroin to me.
Yeah, that's some other shit. Like nigga, that's they about cocaine or weed. What is that? What is he talking about? But nah, you shouldn't. I don't think even when like I said, I ain't been fucking with it for a minute, but shit, you should be able to find something way better than that. I would assume it's the shit. The market is flooded nowadays, so.
All right, that's all I wanted to know.
All right, B, I appreciate the call, man.
All right.
Already. Man, yeah, y'all talking about hooping high? Shit. You're gonna be airballing like a motherfucker. You're gonna be out there looking like old buddy off what was that, Something About Mary? We're gonna be really out of there. Oh shit, my fault. I forgot to cut the dilly dally off. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening?
Hey, it's your boy Josh again, man.
Josh, what's the motherfucking deal, Josh? What would you like to drop in the den tonight, man?
All right, man. But to continue the weed comment, I always told myself, like, man, I wasn't a person that would like to, drink or smoke weed and stuff like that. Because, like, I was always the person that was like, even if you get high or you're drunk, you're still going to find yourself, back to the real world, back to the same situation that you were in. Because I hear that some people do that just to get away, and I never got it, but it is what it is. But as far as my situation goes, I done went from not wanting to do it to end up smoking weed for the first time and drinking for the first time in the same calendar year. So that's kind of weird. But how the weed thing went was like, I guess my roommate was begging me to do it tremendously, but I kind of didn't want to because I've seen him go off the deep end. If you notice off the den, if you've been watching the den, you kind of know what kind of happened to him. Ran off with a girl probably in Mexico or some shit, but it is what it is. So I did it with him just to leave him alone. And first of all, like, I didn't feel nothing, and then end up got high, and then wanted more and more to the point where, like, dude couldn't even walk. Ice was flashing and shit. And mind you, I think cops let us make it. From the corner of my eye, I could pretty much see, like, the cop about to, like, turn his lights on and come and try to see us, but he, like, didn't do it. Like, I guess he let us made it or some shit. I guess it was cops or some shit. But it is what it is. But as far as the drinking thing, that's the one where it's like I really kind of put people in harm's way because, like, for me, I actually went to this college party. It was a couple months back, and it had pretty much every drink, every type of beer, everything that you could pretty much have. And people was childish, mixing shit. I only remember taking like 2 to 3 drinks, and after that, I don't remember what happened until when I was in my bed asleep the next day.
You got roofied.
Like, yeah, like that shit was bad. Like, I felt like I didn't have the worst hangover in my life. Like that shit was horrible. Like, it was thank goodness because like, I didn't really like drive there. I actually took to the bus there or something. And, like, apparently, like, I told one of my friends that I had to catch a bus early in the morning, and he woke me up right in time. But when I told you, like, I couldn't move, like, a dude was walking sideways and shit, couldn't even, like, I had to sit down in the restroom for 30 minutes just to gather himself and shit. And this was, like, the next day. Just, like, the day after, early in the morning.
Yeah.
Then had to, a friend had to call an Uber because I couldn't call an Uber by myself.
Damn, yeah, you got somebody hit you with the okie doke.
and then I went home. But the problem, what's more interesting is what happened the hours in between. So I asked my friends what happened afterwards. It was like they almost had to carry me out the party and shit. Not like really carrying nigga, but and they told me that they sat me like in the one of like the desk areas in the dorm and stuff. They actually gave me water to drink. I don't even remember drinking water at all. So, and then apparently, like, and the reason why, like, I knew, like, apparently I had to get carried or some shit, because I woke up, and, like, my ankle was hurting. I'm like, why is my ankle in pain like this? And I was just like, don't tell me. I was like, oh, shit. And then, like, so, and then, like, what happened was, one of the friends I have, he's like an RA, so it's someone that works for like the dorm and stuff, and they almost got in trouble because if their manager, which does rounds every morning, if they'd have seen me there, or people that got heads would have been rolling in that bitch. People would have got fired and shit. Like it'd have been bad. Like you can't have people stay there when they're not supposed to and shit. But so for me, it's gonna take a long time if I, drink again.
Okay.
But it is what it is.
So how about the reefer? So if you had a choice before, which one you would do again next? Would it be the reefer or would it be the drinking?
But it'll probably be the weed, and I probably wouldn't even think about it twice.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, it's just like I felt so bad. Like that shit.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. You talking about that the cop let y'all make it? That's just being paranoid on weed. That motherfucker wasn't even thinking about y'all. That motherfucker was just like, He was like, look at these Negroes enjoying that reefer. Hey, I'm not worried about them. They're not hurting anything. Might have not even seen y'all. Like, trust me, when you be on weed, you swear everything. I used to have a homeboy. He would swear every car that ever passed by. We were driving somewhere. It's a cop. That's a cop, man. It's a cop. It's a cop. That's a cop. There'd never be no cop. Be an old beat up Pinto or some shit. Motherfucker swear everything was a goddamn cop, man. Like, come on, nigga, chill out. But then his whole ass, I don't know, well, it's before y'all time. Some of y'all in the chat will remember. Y'all remember them Nokia phones where you used to only have like Snake on that bitch? You had to program your own fucking ringtones in that bitch. Well, he had the one with the case, and you could put like little lights in the case, and they would flash and do all kind of shit. Like this nigga used to love to sit in the back seat, and then he would activate them little lights in the back seat and fuck with whoever dropped. I was like, I used to hate that shit. I'm like, nigga, look, you do that shit again, and you can't ride with me no more. You making a motherfucking paranoid for no reason. He'd be back there dying, laughing his motherfucking ass off. But when it'd be him driving, oh, it's a cop. It's a cop. I know it's a cop. Nigga, if you don't get your ass up out of here, man. But that's what's up, man. Josh, I appreciate you sharing those stories with us, man. Now that you no longer you done got deflowered to the alcohol and the weed. That's interesting to know.
Yeah, all right, man.
I appreciate the call, Josh. All right. I ain't lying. I mean, yeah, high sex do be good to the motherfucker. Well, at least I guess when you're high, you think it is. So I'm laughing at T'Challa comment talking about she did it when she wasn't high, and it didn't seem right. That's fucking funny. All right, let's see what we got calling in. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening?
Hello, can you hear me? This is T'Challa.
T'Challa. Before you get started, I want to say sincerely thank you, and I appreciate your contribution. I'm sure the denizens, the den generates, the friends of the den folk also appreciate it. I just sincerely want to say thank you, and I don't know how to say I appreciate it, but we appreciate you for showing that love. Okay, now feel free to go ahead with what you were saying.
Okay, no problem at all. I have a few actually. Okay, my first one is that I actually started drinking when I was 12, and I just recently stopped when about 7 months ago. I finally said that I wasn't going to drink anymore because at that point, and I had to actually think about how long I actually have been drinking and how it progressively got to the point where I could really take down a whole fifth all in one sitting, which is ridiculous. So anyway, and I had many episodes over the years where I would get so drunk, I'd pass out, not really remember anything the previous day. People would be telling me I said shit and did shit, and I didn't remember. And I went to the Dominican Republic, and I got so fucked up. I passed out, and I was just lucky that someone was there who knew me from a previous time that helped me back to my room. Otherwise, I mean, shit, I could have been killed, taken, raped, anything. And I would have never known or been able to defend myself or do anything because I was passed out drunk. So, and that was actually for my birthday this past year that I did that. So that's when I decided that I wasn't going to drink anymore. After that, because I'm getting too old. Well, I should have never been doing it, but I'm definitely getting too old, and I have too much to live for, too many goals and things I'm trying to do. I have a daughter that I'm trying to raise, so I have to be a better example for her. So that's what triggered me to actually stop drinking. I didn't do anything special. I just made it up in my mind that I wasn't going to do it anymore, and I hadn't done it. In the beginning, I thought about it, but now I don't really think about it anymore. As far as needing it, this is no longer a part of my life. And the second thing is when I was in high school, I used to fuck my friend's boyfriend.
What? See, yes. Watch out for you.
And and the reason why I'm laughing is because I literally, at the time, when I was a teenager, I literally had no regard for other people's feelings. I was such a self-centered bitch. And it was funny because I would fuck their boyfriend and literally be like, why you mad? It's just some dick. And I mean, it was like more than one friend, more than one time. I was like a chronic boyfriend fucker.
God damn.
If I wanted if I thought he looked good, I was gonna fuck him, and that's just how I was all the time. And that is so fucking funny. I would never do anything like that now, but because I actually care about how other people feel, and I try to look at things. I have to learn over the years though to start actually caring about other people's feelings and trying to see things from other people's perspectives. Yeah. But I had no knowledge of that, or even cared to have any knowledge of that when I was younger.
Yeah, damn. I'm gonna tell y'all one thing. Teach y'all always kill it when it comes to the goddamn confessions. Y'all better step your game up. She keep it all the way 1,000. God damn.
And so I think I'm gonna just leave that on the table and save some for next Sunday.
Yeah, because I don't know if we're gonna be ready for it, guys.
Because I have more.
Yeah, you have to space that out.
Okay.
No, for a relationship. Ain't that a bitch? But that's what, again, regardless of your past and your confessions, hey, we love the fact that you're here now, and we appreciate you sharing that with us. And like I said, we sincerely appreciate, you showing love to the den. And again, I thank you.
All right. You're welcome. Good night.
Have a good evening. Man. Hey, you live and you learn, and you grow up and you change. But yeah, we got to save some of that for next. I don't know if we gonna be able to. Man, look, I'm telling you, every time T'Challa call in with some confessions or with some action, she set the bar up there. Y'all got to get on y'all shit, man. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Up. That's why I fuck with the Sunday night. This is why I fuck with Sunday night confessions, man. Because look, hey, look, if you keeping it real, some very interesting conversation to be had. God damn, who go top that one, man? Who go call it? I know some ladies in the chat. Hold on, who somebody got a confession on layaway that they stayed that that they supposed to be dropping today. I ain't gonna say no names, but I rock with the honesty. I love the honesty, and I mean, shit, we all human beings, and I think like things like this need to be said, need to be told, because society just wants to sell you certain stories. Everything ain't always peachy cream, and at the same time, we real. We know we had issues. We grow up to be better people. Trust me, I done some more dog ass shit. I be trying to keep y'all with the miles, and I don't be want to talk about all the shit. I be thinking like, damn, I did that shit. I was a whole ass nigga for real. But I think honesty is key, man. Because let's be honest. Well, I don't know about who listen, but there's some other motherfuckers out there like that. You know what I'm talking about? Like shit, there's some motherfuckers probably doing that shit right now. Somebody, one of y'all ladies probably laid up with somebody else man watching the den right now. Talk about she wasn't shit for that. You laid up with somebody else, motherfucker. Oh, you missed it, Jay? Oh, shit. Oh, man. She set the bar pretty high, man. Yeah, you gotta check that one out. For me to word it, it ain't no. It's not gonna quite do it justice. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so there's that. But my thing is, look, somebody gonna overpay for Klein. Klein want a whole bunch of money that he ain't finna get. Matthew want a whole bunch of money too, and that's what they not realize. That boy said he tweeted out he gonna reset the safety market or whatever. So anyway, we'll say that for Soft Sports. We're gonna talk about that later on. Hey, it is what it is at this point. You better bag and tag him. I mean, look, that's the thing about it. If you don't get that deal, tag his motherfucking ass, tag and trade. Fuck it. But that was very interesting, and again, we appreciate you sharing that with the den. But so like I say, people just gotta hear these kind of conversations and realize, hey, I may be one way right now, but people grow, people change. You know, some they may feel a particular way about themselves and their behavior, you know, currently at this time. But, you know, when they hear these conversations and hear about, you know, growth and change and, you know, self-improvement, it's beneficial. So that's why I think real conversations need to be had, because a lot of us have, you know, adjusted. You know, we've made progress as we've grown older. But there's a lot of people who haven't. There's a lot of people who haven't gone through the experiences. There's a lot of people who haven't, you know, encountered these kind of things. And until they do, you know, this may be the place for them to help get that conversation. They may be going through some stuff and they don't have anybody they can talk about talk with about it, you know. And so I think that it's necessary to have these conversations. So so that's the thing. So you didn't hear it. Y'all gotta go back. Y'all gotta hear it from where I can't word it properly. You know what I'm saying? Marcus, what's the motherfucking deal? Like I said, y'all gotta hear how she put it, because I can't necessarily word it properly. You know. Again. Keisha don't want to share. And that's what I'm saying. I don't know what y'all scared to share for. It ain't like, no, we don't know y'all. Not yet, at least. But Clarence Carter. Man, I'm telling y'all, when I was young, because I'm telling you, when I was young, you know, I used to be around old when they had to get-togethers. They be playing a bunch of old school shit, Marvin Cease and shit like that. And a motherfucking me be picking up on all that old shit. They drinking beer, playing dominoes, spades and shit. You know, niggas supposed to be out doing some other shit. All right. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
What's up, Honcho? This is Anthony.
Anthony, what's the motherfucking deal, man? What you want to drop into the den this evening, man?
Oh, man. I hope these motherfuckers ain't listening for this. I was at a party, and a couple of things. Well, actually, I was invited to this little house party. I didn't know who this chick was. I think I seen this chick a couple of times, like in my little group that we hang around in and shit. We'll go out to like have happy hours, shit like that. And so she invited me over to one of the chicks that I kind of knew, but I kind of didn't. But that night I kind of figured out, okay, I seen her before, but I really didn't know her. And she had invited some of her friends over. So it was mostly women there. I was like maybe 2 or 3 dudes there, mostly women. Most of them like cut out early, but then they had some edibles, right? Yeah. And so I ain't never had edibles before. And they gave me a gummy bear, right? Yeah. So I ate the gummy bear. Like 30 minutes passed. I said, man, this ain't shit happening. I don't feel shit. And then she was like, okay, well, I got some of these brownies. You can have half a brownie. I said, man, fuck playing with me. Let me try the shit. If I'm going to try the shit, let me try the shit. So I ate the whole fucking brownie shit, right? But it didn't take another fucking time for and any of y'all out there, y'all curious and shit, be careful with the fucking edibles, man, because if you're going to try the shit, smoke the shit first. See how it feel, how that go. Because that edible shit, that shit take you to a whole fucking new level. And this in your blood, so the shit ain't going nowhere. You got to ride this fucking high until it's over with. Anyway. Meanwhile, during this party, one of her friends at the lady house out there, her friend was fine as fuck. And I couldn't tell if it was a weed, it was me. I couldn't tell. Yeah. But you seen that movie Dust to Dawn with the one dude, the crazy dude, would see the women like flirting with him, talking about, hey, you want to eat this pussy, you want to fuck me, all this. Mm-hmm. And they really ain't saying that, but he's seeing it. Yeah. So she was like telling me, the girl was like, you going to eat my pussy tonight. And I'm like, is she telling me this? or am I high as fuck right now? Like, what's happening? So I couldn't tell which was which, right?
Yeah.
And I remember because when I drink and I know I've gone too far, and I was like, I have that. They got that fight or flight.
Mm-hmm.
When I drink, I flight like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
I try to go home as fast as possible. So when the high started fucking with me, I was like, you know what? I need to go home. I need to get the fuck out of here. And they wouldn't let me leave. They would not fucking let me leave, right? Mm-hmm. So I was like, this is bullshit. I want to leave because I don't know how I'm going to act, how this shit going to make me feel. So finally, the high started going down. But meanwhile, I'm forgetting this shit. The girl that was like telling me, hey, I want to fuck with you. I want you to eat my pussy tonight, this shit like that. Mm-hmm. She started giving me like a strip dance in the middle of the floor. It was like it was weird because it's like she put the chair there, she put the music on, and she just starts dancing on me. So I'm like, everybody else watching this shit. Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to be like inconspicuous. I'm trying not to enjoy this shit, right? Because I'm trying to be, because everybody else is like, oh, wow, she wilding out. Why she doing that? Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, why she doing that? While I'm looking, I'm trying to grab, and she's putting my hand on her ass and everything. I'm like, man, I'm be acting like I'm high and just enjoy the fuck out of this and say, oh, well, it was the fucking weed. I'm going to just blame it on the fucking weed. The girl that we was at her house, she told the girl, she was like, you need to go to the, you going to go to the room because you ain't got out of control, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, fuck. So I was like, well, that's what that is. I'm not going to even mess with it. She probably wasn't saying that to me anyway. She just probably drunk or high. She ain't messing with me like that. Meanwhile, now I'm going to tell you why the edibles, you need to calm down on the edibles. I felt my fucking bones in my hands, bro. Like, I could feel the bone density in my hands. And I was saying this, I say, why the fuck do I feel my actual bones? I feel my skull. I felt everything. I was just, I was like, why am I so sensitive to everything? My whole body. I said, man, I'm just a fucking meat package. Like, my skin is holding my flesh and bones inside me, and it can be real easy to be filleted and cooked and shit because I'm just a fucking meat pack. I was going through this shit in my head. Yeah. So I was like, wow. Finally, everybody started to leave. Oh, girl said, hey, you shouldn't leave tonight. You should stay here with me. I'll put you up in the room. I said, cool, because I am a little worried about me driving and shit. So I go to the room. Not 5 minutes later, man, because she went up there. She dropped people in the room. Not 5 minutes later, the other chick that she was up there had came in there where I was at. Yeah. And she just laid in front of me, right? And I'm like, you in the wrong room? And she was like, and I was like, okay. And then she put her butt on me. Now, come on, man. Everybody know what that means, right? Yeah. So I said, fuck it. I'm just gonna put my arm around, and then I'm gonna see what she do. So she was comfortable. She knew I was fucking there, and now she didn't think she was in the bed by herself or on the couch by herself. So finally, some things happened, and at this time, I'm still fucking high at this point. And what was worse is this. This is what I figured out would happen. The delay that I had from taking the gummy bear, from taking the actual brownie, the shit was like a wave because I was high from the gummy bear first, and then it went down. Yeah. And then the fucking brownie kicked in. So I was like, oh, fuck. I was thirsty as fuck. I had never been thirstier in my life. Then, old girl was like I said, she was a bad chick. And I was like, what is happening? Because, that was, the best sex I ever had, in this fucking decade. What happened? This shit was amazing. And that was but the bad part though, the bad part about this whole thing, and why it makes it a confession, an actual confession, is that was the chick house that we were staying in. I actually started seeing her like a couple of weeks later. We went out on a date, whatever. We ended up hooking up and shit. And like that night, I wasn't expecting to hook up, but she asked me out. She asked me to, and I didn't expect it to go down like that, but it went down like that. And like, so for a couple of weeks, I was like, should I tell this chick that I fucked her friend upstairs in her own house? Should I be telling her this shit? Will she find out and then she gonna be pissed at her nigga for not saying nothing? Or should I be the first one to tell her? Or did her friend tell her already? And that's the only reason why she fucking with me anyway. So I don't know what happened, but I finally said, you know what? I'll just tell her, and whatever happens, fucking happens, right? And so I finally confessed to that to her, and everything kind of played out cool, but it seemed like she was used to her homegirl doing that shit. So I think they used to share dudes and shit from kind of the shit she used to tell me. Yeah. I kind of think they was, that's why I don't fucking trust women to this day, bro. I do not fucking trust women. They tell you this shit, but they do dirt. Yeah. They act like they fucking innocent, but they some dirty. Let me shut up. Yeah. But yeah, that's my confession, man. I just hope ain't nobody that I know listen to this shit.
Man, AB, you kill it, man. You've been killing me with these these confessions. That shit funny little bitch. Oh, the meat packing shit. God damn, man.
Bro, I didn't, man. I'm telling you, man. I was the first time I ever tried them, and so I didn't know what it was gonna do to me. I'm just glad because they were telling me. They said we want you to be around somebody, in case you trip. I said I ain't go like bug out, huh? Because I remember when I first smoked, I was paranoid. Like you talking about, every time he saw a car, it was a cop. I swear it was the cops was coming for me. Yeah. Because I was like, I was in an actual hotel, like by the Galleria, and we was up real high. And I said, man, maybe they gonna smell it. Because one of my coworkers was like, man, y'all gotta smell like Christmas trees down this hallway. And I was like, oh shit, I can smell it down the hall. We gonna get caught, bro. We can't get caught. We gonna get fired, bro. I can't lose my job, bro. I was going crazy. Then I looked outside. It was a damn cop pulling up. I was like, oh shit, they told on us, bro. They coming for us. He said, man, calm the fuck down, bro. There ain't nobody know where the fuck we at. I was like, man, let me get the fuck out of here. I said, because I don't know. I don't want to be in the room. I just don't want to be in the room when they come. She's like, I was all fucked up, but yeah, the edibles are cool. You just gotta take your time. Yeah. Eat it and kind of forget about trying to be high and just let the high come, and then you'll be all right. But don't just eat the shit like you trying to. I'ma eat it like you get full and shit. Don't do that shit. Just kind of take it like a piece of candy and then go on about your day.
Yeah, that edible will fuck you up. Man, AB, I'm telling you, man, I appreciate the call. That shit there funny in the bitch. You gotta look, you gotta get you a special going or some shit, man. Some of these stories. But that's the bad, man. I appreciate it.
All right, later.
Already. Oh, man. Say, can you have a glass of wine with edible? I'm sure you can, and I'm sure it's going to intensify or impact something. Like, I don't know, player. Man, that shit. I'm laughing about. Yeah, I do. Bailey always got to quote what he says. He's like, yeah, why is she doing this? I can't lie to her. I probably play the same dumb way, man. That shit is fucking funny, dog. That shit is fucking funny. Yeah, I've done edibles, like, the whole, I've done the brownie thing, motherfuckers made, little tray of brownies and shit. When he's been there fucking them hoes up, but nigga just be fucked up. Like, nigga used to get dumb high, like, to the point of no purpose, like, we're not really getting higher. We're just continuing the situation. You know, it is what it is. But man, yeah, I could share some stories, but I'll save some of those. That's funny than a bitch though. That's funny than a motherfucker. Man. Look, we done had some pretty good confessions so far this evening. So who got next? Who up next? You know, I've heard some very interesting. Jay Dizzle had a nice one. Dr. Rabbit is getting abused somewhere in Kyle, Texas. We had a couple of folks. Well, Beyond asked about the reefer. We had a couple of folks come through with their reefer stories. That's what's up. Josh, first time experience paranoid like a motherfucker. T'Challa, very, very interesting call and conversations. And Anthony, man, the house party. That's the. And look, we're gonna have to find out where AB be partying at, man, because he sound like the party be going down where he be at, man. So that's what's happening. Let's see. Learning the crazy hookup stories. Yeah, it is interesting. So you drop the ball, sort of immediately pass. It happens. That rest made me feel like, man, like on some sim shit. Like you look back at, man, why the fuck? Oh man, all the time. It's been a couple of those. It's been a couple of those where you've been like, you talk yourself out of some shit, and then later on, you know, you find out that she would have been with the shit. That type of shit. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
Hey, it's your boy Josh, man, with one more comment, man.
All right, what you got, Josh?
All right, man, but about that, cheating stuff and the girls doing that to dudes, that's just because they want to do it, pretty much a teach all story. Before, I wouldn't care because it's like, I would be on that, well, people got to man up and have feelings and stuff until I see my roommate last year because it's, part of you build sauce. Talking about my roommate had to he moved to Mexico because the girls cheated on him and shit. So when that happened, that man was about to pull out his 9 and handle business severely, if anybody know what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. So, and I had to talk him out of that shit for about 2-3 hours. Like that nigga was broken when that shit happened because it was right in front of the dorm and shit. He didn't know what to do. Man. So, like some dudes, I mean, they take the L and move in silence like when you was growing up. But nowadays, Honcho, you know this, people gonna pull off the cliff and they ain't gonna be afraid of using nowadays. Man.
Yeah, that's what I say, man. You got to be kosher about a lot of shit now because I'm telling you now it's not I say nowadays it ain't about a bunch of gangster shit. Now you got a bunch of emotional niggas with guns, and so motherfuckers get they heart broke, they don't know how to react. They just they mad. They either gonna off they self, off the nigga, off the chick, off everybody, and then end themselves at the end. But you gotta like. But that's the motherfuckers who put more value into their partner than they do themselves, man. Like, I love myself. Like, situation like that, you get to fucking up. Well, then it is what it is. You fucked up. I'm gonna move on again. It's like I say, it's a couple of billion fish in the sea. You take your L, you get your mind right, you bounce back. Like all that other shit that I'm gonna kill myself, I'm gonna kill her, I'm gonna kill this nigga too. I'm gonna see him when I get off work tonight though. I'm gonna kill that nigga and I'm gonna marry that bitch. Like. Come on, man. Fuck all that dumb shit. Like, you got to love yourself. And this is why we're talking about loving yourself first before you try to go loving somebody else. Because, motherfuckers go out there looking for somebody to patch the holes that they have in themselves. And they think that if this person leave them or this person move on without them, that they can't fix themselves. And that's why I say that's a dumb way of thinking. You got to understand your value. You got to understand who you are, what you are, before you go seeking a relationship and expecting somebody to patch and fix all the holes you got in your whole situation. And make you whole. Like nobody can make you whole. You just a fucking half a person in a relationship or whatever. You got to make yourself whole. And then once you make yourself whole, you realize your value. You understand what you bring to the table and all that other shit. That is what it is. But that's what it is. You got a lot of people. That's what I believe the overwhelming majority of people do is they go seeking a relationship and somebody else is going to complete them. Instead of being a complete person, two complete people in a relationship, they're expecting somebody else to complete where they lack. And then you know, if something goes awry and they feel like, oh well, I can't go on because I need this person to complete me or whatever else the fuck it is, and that's just not the case. Like, you just gotta get your shit right, take that L, and move on, man.
Yeah, man, that's true. Cause like most people, I mean, they ain't gonna really do it. Cause I mean, like I said, nowadays, you pull that T'Challa shit, man, you 6 feet under. Like, real quick. Like, I'm just, hey.
No, I mean, but like I say, motherfuckers just got to get off this shit. Though. Like I say, you got to realize, you know, who the fuck you fuck. Because trust me, you know, I wouldn't say friends, but you know, I used to be on some shenanigans in high school. You know, I could definitely share a couple of stories. It was a couple of high school teammates. I ain't really fuck with them niggas like that. I ain't give a fuck about them niggas. You know, shit, I'm smashing their gal on game day before the game and shit. So, I mean, trust me, I've done my fair share of shenanigans, and it is what it is. But you grow, you fucking progress, you change. But yeah, anybody who willing to off somebody or kill themselves because of a relationship situation that they feel like they can't, you know, they got cheated on or they can't go on or the world is just terrible because of that. Man, they had issues prior to that relationship that needed to be fixed. That relationship just exposed them.
Yeah. Just be glad you was in the era where you was able to do that and get away with it.
Man, you can still do it and get away with it if you want to. Shit, I mean, it's just about how you handle yourself. I'm not encouraging people to go do this shit, but I mean, this motherfucker still doing it. Ain't this shit? Ain't look, this celebrities doing it. Ain't shit changed. Everybody just in your business. Just turn your GPS off on your phone. Quit tweeting shit and quit Instagram and everything. Shit, but motherfuckers still do it. Ain't shit changed. Shit, that's why cheaters still on. I don't know if it is still on, but they still had plenty of content. Motherfuckers is doing dirt. I mean, they gonna continue to do dirt. Like. It is what it is, you know.
Well, I guess, you know, the wrong one, but it is what it is, though. I ain't gonna let someone else call in.
All right, Josh, appreciate the call, babe. Yeah, the kinfolk on cheaters, that's terrible. That's awful. What's it, vodka and Big Blue? What you call that? Big Blue and vodka, you gotta name that drink. That first piece of pussy gonna Lyric Northside, what's the motherfucking deal, brother? I'm saying you fuck with someone in a relationship and there's something yeah. You know, I'd agree. You know, you got so many opportunities, but this motherfucker's like, and this is why I say a lot of the culture and shit that goes into the music and everything, you know, encouraging some of these behaviors. You know, what is that thing? Nigga, fuck your bitch. You know, this like, what is the reward from that? That ain't saying nothing about my character. If that's the case, it's just saying my bitch is she's of lesser quality than I thought. It ain't really saying nothing about this, that, or third. Like that shit don't. Again, that's why I say just certain shit that we value. You know, and again, I valued it when I was young, so I learned the error of my ways. But the music and the shit that the messages that it pushes forth, man, is a lot of it is bad. But we encourage this shit. You know what I'm saying? She talking about what I did. I ain't do nothing, man. I'm innocent. Let's see. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There ain't no point for that, man. Blues Clues. Nigga wake up wondering what the fuck happened. Damn, that sound legit. Already, what's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
I just be on the phone again.
What's the motherfucking deal, B.I.?
Even for like a month ago, I was telling you about the female I was with. She was talking about she don't see herself with me in the long run and all that bullshit.
Yeah. Okay,
so we broke up and shit. And then like she told me her reason behind it, whatever. And she told me that I'm not what she want right now or what she needs. So I'm like, what the fuck do you mean by that? Like if anything, like I'm not gonna say that I'm perfect and everything, but compared to like her past niggas, like this, she was getting fucking raw dogged out, cheated on, beat on, and all that type of bullshit. And I try to be a good nigga, a superhero nigga, and shit, try to change her life around and shit. But that bitch, she don't want nothing different. Like fuck her. And I don't understand why is it always that mindset with females? Like,
Man, I got a question for you about her background. You don't want to say too much, I understand. Was she from a single parent home?
Her parents are divorced.
Okay. Did they divorce when she was have they been recently divorced or been divorced for quite some time?
Quite some time.
Okay. So which parent did she stay with more often than not?
Right now she lives with her dad.
Okay. And again, not knowing too much, like I said, it depends on if she witnessed a lot of that, if they had some hostility, if they exposed that in front of her or not. Again, I don't know. And if that's the case, then some people grow up thinking that's what love is, all this yelling, fighting, getting whooped on. It's a lot of females, and this is like I say, like that they need dysfunction, and it's I don't know why they need to see a nigga gotta be willing to beat him up or go to jail behind him on some stupid shit to show us some emotion. He's passionate about me because he's willing. No, y'all both dumb. That's what the fuck that is. Like, y'all both some stupid motherfuckers. Y'all deserve each other, and I hope y'all fall off a cliff together or some shit. But it's like, I mean, some motherfuckers like that, man. You can't change them. You may have well intentions to try to, hey, show them that there's better out there. But unless they show signs of wanting that for themselves, and if they not showing that early on, man, then you just kind of gotta let them be, because in the long term they're gonna bring you down. And so maybe the move was right for right now before it got too much more intense or much more serious than it is right now. Shit, let her go be that way. Like you said, we heard Jay Dizzle's story. The chick was with the wrong nigga. She out there smoking wet now and fucked up and doing all of those shit. She could have said, so you gonna see that chick, 7-8 years, she gonna be fucked off. You know what I'm saying? You gonna have your comedy career going on. She gonna be trying to run back to you with like, nah, you know what, baby, right now you're not what I need right now. And you can hit her with that and keep trucking. You know what I'm saying? So don't even worry about the shit, man. It is what it is. If she want to be dysfunctional.
Yeah, broke up with me like time before that shit. But I really didn't trip because I was gonna give me a white bitch anyway. So after that, she texted me back like 2 days later. After that, she talking about, I made a mistake and everything. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna give her a chance, whatever. So she broke up with me again. So I'm just like, fuck it, whatever. Like, you just playing games, so I'm gonna do me. It is what it is.
Yeah, so man, but if you're gonna go get you one, man, get you one like that R. Kelly friend, man. Look, if something go down, she willing to put up $100K to come save you, man. Shit. if you go do that, make sure you do it right, goddamn. She gonna trust you no matter what. That's some wild shit. But that's funny as shit, man. But yeah, man, like I said, you can't sweat that shit. You gotta let that shit, man. It is what it is. Some people they just in their own little world and they gonna get it figured out, and then they gonna swear up and down everybody been wrong to them, everybody been bad to them. Because it was a comment, I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before, when I think Jay Dizzle mentioned it, or I might be wrong, but basically saying that you never heard a woman say that she was a problem in a relationship. And that's true. Mm-hmm. Like I've never heard that. I've never heard a woman say, it was my fault, I was doing this or I was doing that. And that's what's going to be in her future. If you was doing the right things and you genuinely, sincerely, and honestly know that you was doing the right shit, and she get to fucking off and nobody, or go back with somebody beating up on her, all this other, she gonna tell all her friends, niggas ain't shit, they ain't this, they ain't that. But yet you continually, encourage yourself to go fuck with old ain't shit ass niggas, or overly aggressive old women beating ass niggas. So yeah, they ain't shit. The ones you choose ain't shit. It is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, it is what it is. I'm just go ahead and block that bitch. So it ain't no thing.
Straight up, that's the move right there. Block a bitch.
Yeah. Hey, put that on a t-shirt. Let me buy it.
I gotta jot that down. Yeah, look, I gotta start coming with the new merch, man. Look, just block a bitch, goddamn.
Yeah. All right.
But that's what's up, man. Appreciate the call, B.I.
All right.
Already. That's funny. It's funny than a motherfucker. That's fucking hilarious, man. That boy said, "Oh, claptrap smell like the inside of an old shoe. Ain't that a bitch?" What y'all talking about? Let's see what y'all talking about. I dated a chick who broke with me because I didn't hit or fight her. She said, Shayla. But that's what I'm saying. There's some dysfunctional women out there because they come from dysfunctional homes. And it's dysfunctional niggas too. Like, let's be honest, but I ain't dating no niggas, so I don't give a fuck about them dysfunctional ass niggas. You know what I'm saying? That ain't my problem. So I'm gonna talk about you women because that's what I'm a goddamn do. And that's what the niggas want to hear. But there's some dysfunctional ass people out there. And what you got to understand is if you are doing good for yourself and you got shit going, man, hey, don't even deal with it. Don't even, no matter how good they look, no matter what you feel like you could do to help this person to be better. If they are, I mean, completely dysfunctional, like I say, need to be beat up on and need all this other extra shit, you know, want to be in and out of jail and want to be just on some dumb shit, you know, starting shit for no fucking, like, you don't need that type of drama in your life. And your goal is to get as far away from that type of shit as fucking possible. And I encourage you to do so. But yeah, man. Yeah, that shit is wild. That shit is really fucking wild, man. Say my roommate was about to kill someone over a relationship. But see, that's again, that's a sign of weakness, man. Like, you know, to me, man, fuck all that dumb shit. Like, there's no point in doing that. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling in this evening?
So I'm a female. I don't like what y'all was just trying to say right now. I gotta put it down for the lady.
Okay, hold on. First, hold on. Calm down. Cause I feel you. I know you got the energy. I know you got the vibe. Okay, first, who we got calling in? Nichelle. Okay. Michelle. Okay.
And y'all talking shit about women, right? But every woman that you're talking about that's dysfunctional, she don't have no daddy. It's because she didn't have a black man there in her house. So that is when you find a dysfunctional woman, you uncover it. It's because she didn't have a man in her life to show her how she should be treated.
Okay,
Bam.
so let's get to the root of that. And see, now you calling in on Sunday Night Confession. I really want a confession, you know. So I'm expecting, once we get to the root of this problem, I'm expecting a confession. But
well, you know what? I'm gonna let you talk, but let me jump to the confession. The confession is I have been wrong in most of my relationships. You said you never heard that. Well, you just heard it from a woman right now. You just heard Nichelle say it. But go on.
Okay, well, then we didn't motherfucker said I need to make sure this is recorded. Okay, cool. Because I need to share this with everybody. For the first time in human history, we have heard a woman make that statement. So here's the deal, okay? And I kind of want to get to the root of that. So why do you think that there are so many situations now where men are not being that father figure, not present, if you will?
Well, that's a complex answer because it comes from slavery, and I know people say, well, we're not in slavery, but what happened is when the black man got separated from black women and got castrated psychologically and physically, they were like, well, I'm not needed, so I'm going to go do my thing. So as a culture, they just did their thing, and then the women were like, well, I can't just lay down and die. I got to survive, so I got to build some muscle like a man and survive. So then the women became mothers, became like strong like men, and then the men were like, I don't have no use here. They don't need me, so I don't need to be here. So then they got daughters pattern after that.
So how these women was getting pregnant if wasn't no men around?
No, I didn't say that they weren't having sex because they was there physically, but they're not in a relationship. They're not black men have never in this country been able to be men. Okay. They haven't. From slavery, it was physical. Mm-hmm. Then after slavery, it was psychological and economical. And when heterosexual men don't feel like they're needed as a man, as a protector, they're like, they either become gay or they either say, fuck it, I don't need no woman except for sex. And then babies are born under that mother. And then a mother is really psychologically like a man now. The black women is like a man now. Psychologically, their body is like a woman. So the men are attracted, but they're psychologically like a man. And what's happening? Break it down right here. So when this man, who's a woman, meets another man, if he ain't more man than her, she's going to make him feel small. And that is what your last caller, who was like, oh, she didn't want me, she wanted a man to beat her and all that stuff, because she wanted a man who was more of a man than her, and she didn't feel that he was, but she couldn't express it like that, but that's what it is.
Now, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't man, woman, man, homosexual. I thought we started talking about some transgenders or something here for a second. But
no, we ain't talking about transgender.
Okay, so here's my deal, and this is where I'm a disagree. Now I see your point, but I'm gonna tell you where I disagree with you. Now I can't give you the exact number, but we can talk about some policies that were made because the black family was strong up until a point after slavery in this country. And I want to say about the 1960s and when a lot of these movements started happening. And if you go and you look at the stats, the black families were strong. You know, black families were doing relatively well for themselves. And if you go back and talk to people in that time, yeah, you know, we can talk about segregation and things, but, you know, I've talked to a lot of old folks and a lot of people were like, hey, you know, yes, segregation was a thing, but we kind of felt, you know, we were cool with our own little thing that we had going. They was on their side, they were on our side. Yes, there were issues. But once those policies came into place where, you know, it benefited almost women to not have a man in the house because, you know, men don't get that same treatment. I know a lot of single fathers that don't get that kind of love or they got to go through way more hoops. And then, you know, you're not getting those benefits as a family. I've seen a lot of women say, well, it's more beneficial for me to just, you know, have some kids, be on my own or call yourself quote unquote independent when you're not really independent. You got government daddy helping you out. But and I think that mentality has become pervasive. Now, I do agree with you on when you say that women have become psychologically like men. And I think that's an issue because we were talking about the other day, Broderick made a comment about submission. And like I said, I don't know what your religious beliefs, if you have any or whatever that may be.
Christian.
Okay. And so, well, do you feel like there's a place for that in the family that men should be held above the woman, or how do you see that in your opinion?
I think two things.
Okay.
I think we're equal, but we have different roles. Okay. And a man's role is the head.
Okay.
A man's role is the head. And where women get confused is they think because we're saying the head that she's less equal. It's a different function. Somebody's got to be the head. You don't have two presidents of a company. You don't have two, you know, you have a president, you have a vice president, you have whatever, and a man is made to be the head. And all this Me Too stuff, that's some bullshit. Why is it bullshit? No. Sexual assault, just to be clear, sexual assault, sexual harassment, all that is not cool. So we're not talking about that. But we're talking about where women are running around saying men are toxic. Bitch, do you want him to not go to war? Do you want to not have a military? If you don't want no military, because you got to be a toxic motherfucker to go to the military and shoot somebody's heads off. But half these women would not be saying, oh, we don't want a military. We don't want that. Oh, but you want him to protect the country. You want him to protect you at night when y'all lying up in bed and you hear a sound at the door or whatever, and he be like, baby, you go get the door. Then you going to be like, what, you punk ass? So it takes toxic man, a quote, toxic man to get up with his testosterone, adrenaline going and kill somebody to protect his kids, to protect his family. Then he's supposed to come back and like cut his dick off and like walk around like a woman. That's bullshit. So that's what I said. I apologize on behalf of women, but not because we're bad, because we just sometimes we don't get it. We didn't understand, and we be buying into that Me Too bullshit.
Man, you made my evening up. I'm glad to hear that, because I do think that is a problem.
For screaming.
No, that's all good. You got to let it out. Just a den, you know. You got to get it how you feel. But I agree, and now you can't have both sides of it, you know. But okay, and I can agree with your perspective. Like you said, you know, that, you know, the man is supposed to be the head, but there are different positions. And I can see that there is equality, because I feel like, you know, there's balance needed between the two. You know, I think that masculinity and femininity need to be a balance. I think that children need that in the household. And I agree with you that it does come from, you know, not having a father figure in the house, not having, you know, I was just giving a slightly hard time, just kind of want to see what your background on that was. But I agree that dealing with those type of women is from not having a solid family structure. And when you don't have that, you become used to, I guess, dysfunction, erratic living. It could be if the mom is looking for somebody, it could be being in and out the house. The dad, depending on what type of man he is, he might not be the most stand-up guy. He might not be the most, he might not even be present, period. So I do agree that when you're dealing with dysfunctional people, they tend to come from dysfunctional families and they just don't know how to deal. And unfortunately, there is a lot of that. But what do you think could be done to maybe alleviate that problem? Do you think that people who are dysfunctional can be healed? Because in a sense, not to be, fucking over nobody, but they're sick in a sense because of the way they see certain things. So do you think that you can heal the dysfunction? And if so, how would you go about doing that?
To be honest, this is where I put the thing on men. Men have, even though I'm talking about black men, even though black men have been the victims more than black women of the oppression, like they've been targeted more because women are not that much of a threat. So it's the man who has been threatened the most. Men have to come together and be protectors. Like, even, I'm talking to all your listeners, like, even if you don't make enough money, you don't feel like a man, like, economically or something because can't get a job or whatever, but you got to come together and protect your women. Like, I'm sorry, bro, that just called in. Like, first, he was on the right track, like, oh, I got to let her go if she don't respect me, even though she broke up with him. But then he going to say, I had to get a white woman. Then he going to say, oh, I want a T-shirt with something, bitch. Who wants to be with you? You just as bad as her. Like, you can't react. I mean, you ain't no man. I'm sorry. I ain't insulting you to say that. But in that context, like, you just checked her for, like, being foul and self-hating for herself. But then you turn around and say, I'm just going to do me. And doing you is going to get a white woman? Like, bro, like, no. How you diss her and do you is go get a better black woman, and when she look at that, she be like, damn, look what I could have had. That's how you heal. And our race, we cannot get better without the men. So even if black women get all their stuff together, which we can't really without the men, but even if we did, if the men don't get it together, our race is finished. We finished, so y'all black men got to protect us and become more protectors. And when we act foul, y'all got to just leave us alone and then get with somebody who don't act foul to show us, like, as examples. You got to lead by example.
I like your way of thinking about that. And I had something I was just going to ask that I forgot about that. Damn. Shit, I just had a fucking question. I completely forgot. It slipped my mind.
Well, in the meantime, I'm gonna go to another quick topic just about hip hop and how they just degrade us. Like, that's gotta stop. We can't be bitches and hoes, even if we act like bitches and hoes. And my confession is, when I said I apologize, I've been in relationships where I've been that man. And again, we ain't talking about no transgender shit. We talking about psychologically. Like, I've been that man that I didn't know I was, quote, a man. Like, women don't know that. It's that attitude, like, he didn't bring home the money or whatever it is, like, nigga, where you been? Like, you just castrate him without knowing, like, that's being like a man. I've been in that place, and I was wrong, but I wasn't wrong about what I felt. It was wrong about how it came out. And so a lot of women, if you could interpret what they're really saying when they cussing a man out and emasculating him, what they're really saying is, I need you to step up and be a man. I need to feel protected, and I don't feel safe. So all she know how to do is go off instead of saying that, like, vulnerable, like, baby, I don't feel safe. Like, that would be the better way to say it. But instead of saying, baby, I don't feel safe, I don't feel protected, I feel scared, I'm fearful, she'll say, motherfucker, I ain't taking that shit. Fuck you, nigga, and like that. And then the guy's like, what? And then it's on.
Okay. That's a very interesting way of putting it. And I do think people have issues properly communicating their emotions. And so you're going to say things that initially come out. And sometimes, emotions are things that you don't necessarily think about. So you're going to say the first thing that comes to your mind. Okay, I know what my question was. And you were talking about men, and you say you're like, he's a black man running off to a white woman. Well, how do you feel about the vice versa, because I've seen, like I say, in various angles, that I've seen the same black women who get mad about a black man going and dating interracially, then go on and cheer and root for a black woman when she does the same thing. How do you feel about that?
Can I break that down for y'all?
Go for it.
It's a double standard, but some double standards have a reason. Just like a double standard, I tell women, just like I say, men can go fuck who they want to fuck, hypothetically, I'm saying. But you can't as a woman. You gonna be a hoe, and a man ain't. Like, women, we scream, that's not fair. I'm just using that example. We scream, that's not fair on that side. So men get the point. If it's points, just for illustration, if you get a winning point for the double standard being in your favor, men get a double standard sexually. They can do what they want and they still get respected. Women don't. On this side, women get the point. Why? When we go with white people, meaning the black man with the white woman and the black woman with the white man, we go for white people for different reasons. The black man goes with the white woman. I'm not saying all, whoever listening, I'm not saying 100 out of 100, but like 90 out of 100. The black man is going with the white woman even when he has a choice of a black woman, but he thinks the white woman is superior, better looking, prettier, lighter skin, her hair, like that's his pride. So he's basically saying this other woman is better than you. That's a problem. But black women, I'm not saying all, I'm going to the 90 out of 90%. There's a few that's different. We ain't going with no white man because we think he better. Ain't no man got more swag, sexier, powerful, personal power than a black man. Everybody know that. That's why white women, everybody want a black man. But we're like, we've been rejected and treated so bad and unprotected, and here come this white man like, hey, I'm going to treat you good, Michelle. I'm going to treat you right. I'm going to treat you this way. I'm going to treat you that way. He don't even say it. He just show it. He shows up with flowers. If you cuss him out, he'll be like, why are you acting like this? Let's talk about it. And so she goes with him as a second choice because she feels she can't get a black man. That is why it's a different double standard.
Okay. Interesting. That's a very interesting perspective. That's not something I've thought about. That's what I say. I was just curious. I was just very interested because I see a lot of that, and I wonder why. Okay.
It hurts so bad when black men make silent statements that black women are ugly and white women are beautiful. That hurts deeper than a black man could ever imagine. That means your mama, your sister, your grandma, this lady is more beautiful than all of them plus me, like who's your woman combined or who want to be your woman, and you going to pick her. And why I'm saying that? Because it's all the successful black men. The sports players, the Kanyes, the celebrities, the singers, the rappers, the actors. White women is the prize. How? You spitting on black women, brother. You spitting on your own women. And we not supposed to be angry?
Okay. Because I got some more I want to add to that, but I'm not going. I'm gonna save it because there's some things I want to think about before I add to that commentary. But I'm definitely jotting down some notes, and I'm going to be imploring that you do call in more frequently so we can continue this discussion.
Okay. All right. Well, you got a good show. This is my first time listening, but I stopped it. I was channel surfing. I was like, this is a good channel. So.
Okay. Yeah, we live every night, 10 p.m. Central. So, make sure you tune in. Like I said, I'm going to be looking forward to your call because you said some very interesting things and it ended just the way that I thought about it. But I definitely want to have this conversation in the future.
Okay. All right. Night.
All right. Good night. Appreciate the call. All right. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening?
Yeah, this is me on the funny nigga.
All right. All right. What you want to say, Beyond?
the shit that Maria or whatever the hell her name was talking about, like she would say something and she'll contradict herself, like about the niggas going to white females thing. Like she would say that black women go to white males not because they want something better. Then she describes the things that are better that she wasn't getting at first, like explaining about the flowers and all that type of shit. Like it's all they. This is what I think, that all black women go to white men is for their credit score. That's all it's all about. But I really had called about what do you think about this masculinity thing? I feel like you should be on two levels in the relationship. Like I was with this girl, whatever, and like it'll piss me off. Like I just want to get your view on it. Like it'll piss me off because like, okay, I don't mind paying for you and everything. Okay, that's my job, whatever. Okay, but when you steadily like depend on me, like we're kind of young and everything, and like we'll go to places and everything, and like she'll just be like, well, all right, we going here. All right, when you get paid, we going here. Like we both got two jobs. I feel like you should be both putting in work, like doing shit for each other, rather than just me just doing shit for you. Like, how do you position that? Like, is she right? Am I wrong? Like,
should you be doing for each other? Absolutely. I think that it should be a mutual exchange. I think in the day and age where of course men had the ability to they were kind of the only breadwinners, and so most of the expectations were set upon them. But if you guys have both have access to capital and shit, it's nice to do shit for each other from time to time. I think so niggas want to feel wanted too, goddamn. They want to feel special too, goddamn it. They don't want to be the only one. So yeah, I think you're all right at that by saying that both of y'all should do shit for each other.
I just wanted to see if I was doing something wrong, and I just wanted to say that Maria, she sounded like she beat niggas for a living too. That's why she was getting mad on the phone. But that's all I wanted to say.
I appreciate the call, man. God damn. Oh man, shout out to BI, man. I appreciate the call. God damn it. That's why I can't fuck with y'all, man. Oh shit. Look, I'm trying to go back, kid. I see T-Child and Jaja done got into a whole conversation while the nigga had some other stuff, but I'm trying to catch up with everything that's going down. I'm missing all kind of action in the den. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
What's going on, Honcho? This is your boy Man Up here.
Man Up, what's the motherfucking deal, man? What would you like to drop in the den tonight?
You know what, man? I gotta talk about I forgot her name that damn fast, but I gotta talk about what homegirl was talking. I wasn't even gonna call in, but when she called talking about what they get with white men and black men get with white women for different reasons, check this out. Let me go and say this here. As y'all know, I grew up around nothing but females. I said this a gang of times, all that. What she was just saying was a crock of bullshit. That's all I'm gonna say. That's a crock of bullshit. Look, I have cousins that tell me this is why they get with women of other races, because they don't like certain things about a black woman. It can be that they feel like they're too needy, the funky ass attitudes, or how they act like it's a prize to be with one of them. I would hear all that stuff. It wouldn't be because we trying to slap you in the face. See, and you brought up a good point when you were talking about the role reversal, why black women get with white men or men of other races. I'll put it like that. Now, let's talk about the Kardashian family. You already know that the Kardashians are known for getting with successful black men. Well, black men with money. I'm put it like that. That's how I'm gonna phrase that. And of course, black women went off on them all which ways. Why you taking all our rich black men, the black men that's doing something with themselves, blah blah blah, all that crap. How come nobody said nothing about Black China when she got with Rob Kardashian? You see what I'm saying? I'm talking about the same family. See what I'm saying? Take that in perspective. Now, and like I told you before, I been with, before I got my wife, and yes, she is black. Before I got my wife, I've been with women of other races. It ain't a slap. And I heard those same things. I told you about this before. I told y'all about this before the beginning. It ain't a slap in the face because I'm with a woman of another race. No, that's just who I chose to get with. Bottom line, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It ain't because I don't have no choice or I got all the options in the world. No, that just, and black women have all the options in the world who they want to get with. Shit, you got white men that love black women. You got Asian men that love black women. You got tall, short, fat, skinny, whatever, that love black women. Yeah. See what I'm saying? And you don't hear black men saying these stupid ass shit. Like, you taking out a lot of women. No, we don't say no shit like that. You get with who you get with. Bottom line in the discussion. It's your life, your business. You see what I'm saying? But that is a double standard, a fucked up double standard, when it's a man doing it. Now, she did make a good point earlier when she was talking about if a woman has a lot of sex, she's a hoe, and if a man don't, he gets praised. She is 100% correct on that. But what I don't understand is, see, it's always this notion about everything has to go back to slavery. And she already knew we all going to call in and say, fuck that shit. Today's world, we can do whatever the fuck we want to do. Nobody's cracking a whip over our back telling us, oh, I'm going to cut your dick off so you can fuck our white women or nothing like that. No, fuck that shit. We are not in that shit today. This is a new day. These are times to where we make our own decisions to do what the fuck we want to do. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, absolutely. I'm agreeing with you.
Okay. And I hate that we as our own people love to go back to slavery. Well, it was slavery. Fuck that shit. I'm black. Y'all know who I am. Shit, y'all have seen me a billion times before. What I'm talking about. Anyway. And I hate that we as my own people use that shit as a fucking excuse. You see, what a lot of people don't realize is, guess what? It was more than black people that was in slavery. You had poor white people that was slaves. You had Jews that were slaves. Motherfucker, you had black people that owned slaves. You see what I'm saying? So we need to stop using that shit as a fucking excuse for every goddamn thing just because you can't think of a damn answer. Or go back to slavery. Fuck slavery. Slavery, man. For slavery, it was ended back in the mid-1800s. I forget exactly what year. But that shit was ended back in the 1800s. We have been free to do whatever ever since. I just hate that my people is using that shit as a fucking crutch. God damn it. It's over with. Move on. So why are we still living in these days where slavery? Fuck that shit. Here's the deal. Check this out. You get with whoever you want to get with for your own personal choice. Whether you want to only date tall people, short people, fat people, skinny people, black people, Asian people, white people, Canadian, French, whatever. That's your personal choice for whatever your personal reasons are. Quit trying to make excuses why it's okay. No, it's men do it for this reason, women do it for that reason. No, we do it for our own personal reason. You can't sit here and tell me why I got with someone that's not black. You can't sit here and tell me that. Oh, it's because it's a pride and all that. No, it's because that's who I was interested in at that time. Like I just said, my wife is black. So, and I've been married to her for 11 years now. So I don't want to hear no bullshit like that. You can't sit here and tell me, and I know she did say, not all, I know she did say that. So I'm not saying that she said all, because I heard her when she said that. But still, you can't sit here and tell complete strangers that you don't know why they got with someone of a different race. As a matter of fact, when I was growing up, I used to ask people, they say they only want to date this certain type of person. I used to always ask, why is that? I would get an answer. I would ask a woman, a Hispanic woman, she only wants to date a black man. Why is that? She would tell me, well, because of when I was first, growing up dealing with guys, a Mexican raped me, so I don't want to get with no Mexican. Okay. It ain't had nothing to do with no fucking slavery. It was something that happened to her personally. You see what I'm saying? And that's a true story. I ain't going to say the person's name. Excuse me. But that's a true story. See what I'm saying? So don't come up. So that's why I say I hate when my people sit here and use slavery as a fucking excuse for every motherfucking thing. yes, what she was saying did happen in slavery. It did happen. But guess what? Like I said, that was back in the 1800s. None of us alive today was in slavery. We don't have shit to do with slavery today, right now. Yeah, I know some of that shit probably still be going on. Like I said before, black people, from my history, from what I know of, up like that, had built the fucking White House. So yeah, we still got something to do with that. You see what I'm saying? So I know that. But we like to use that shit as a fucking excuse for everything. Move on. It's time to move on. Our people worked hard so we don't have to do this. Goddamn, Harry Tubman didn't want to go to the back of the bus for us. Move on. Martin Luther King had a dream that we can move on with our lives. We can have we can be free. Move on. Stop talking about slavery every time you want to give an excuse or reason for something. You know what I'm saying? At least do some fucking history before you start running your fucking mouth. I hate that shit. Me and my people need to quit that bullshit. As long as me and you been talking, you ain't never heard me mention slavery about anything. Every time you ask me a question, I will give my answer, or I might say, you know what, I don't know. Let me check it out. Or I might need to look that up. Something like that. Something along those lines. I never say, well, I got the kind of car that I could buy in slavery. No, fuck that. That was my fucking choice to get the kind of car that I got. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when it comes to this shit, dog, look here. Everybody has their choice of who they want to be with in life. Everybody has their choice of what kind of car they want to drive. Everybody has their choice of what kind of food they want to eat. Everybody has their choice of what kind of TV show they want to watch, what kind of phone they want to buy, what kind of clothes they want. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You in America, you have a freedom of choice. So, and I do hate it when you want to talk about, they putting you putting black women down. I ain't putting no black woman down just because I got with someone who was not black. That was just my personal choice, who I was interested in, who got my attention at that moment. And I said, she wasn't beautiful. I can go holler at her because I'm a man, and that's what we do. We you know what I'm saying, we see a woman that we want to get with, we go talk to them. We just go get at them. That's a man. It ain't because I'm gonna get with her because this white woman because she's the prize. No, fuck that shit. What you trying? I know. So what you trying to say? That my dad didn't think my mom was a prize? That's an insult to me. You see what I'm saying? That's an insult. My dad loved my mom to death before he passed. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, and then, excuse me, when you ask her a question about I forgot exactly how you word it, talking about single families and something you saying. I forgot exactly how you word it. Sorry. So now I'm gonna get off of that because I can't remember exactly how it went. But anyway, excuse me. Oh, okay, I remember now. What about women? And when you said dysfunction in the household, and you were talking about the single parent, what about the women that become strippers when they got good, hard-working parents, mom and dad working hard providing? What about those that still going out there prostituting, working on the pole, doing drugs, whatever? What about those women? That's a personal choice. So I hate that we're using excuses for everything. That's a choice to go do what it is that you want to do. That's your choice to go smoke that dope. There's women and men out there that grew up in a foster care. They don't have a mom and a dad. They're still successful business people. There's a motivational speakers trying to help, the youth to do better in their life and stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? Now, I ain't talking about no percentage. Fuck a percentage. Because like I just said, we all have the personal choice to do right and wrong in our lives. We all know what right and wrong is. Yeah. So there ain't no excuse. I hate that shit. My daughter, 9 years old right now, she know not to go steal out of a damn store. Why? Because her parents told her, don't do this. These are the repercussions of your actions. So I don't want to hear no damn excuse when a 30-year-old man is a damn bank robber or he grew up in a broken home. Fuck that shit. You know not to go steal. I don't want to hear no bullshit like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like I just said, this is America where we in. We all have a personal choice to do what we want to do. We're not in those countries where they dictate what we say and do, what we wear and eat and all that crap. We're not in those countries. So at the end of the day, my bottom line is this: fuck that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go.
Well, I'm laughing.
I'm gonna go and get off of here.
Yeah, they got man up, fired up, man. You know, look, you know. I'm just laughing because I see you fired up on this one. So that's what.
Yeah, man, because I hate that. I hate that shit, though. Because I told you plenty of times before, man. My own people get mad at me because I like to listen to rock music. Oh, you work for white man, you slavery, they taught you that shit. Bullshit. I like music because I like what I like. I don't give a fuck if it's rap. And guess what? Those same people don't have nothing to say when Paul Wall is a rapper, like so-called black music, Eminem, all that. So what's your excuse then? What you call them? You see what I'm saying? So I just hate that we like to use that slavery shit for every motherfucking thing that we got to answer for. Well, that shit happened back in slavery. That shit. First of all, I'm not saying you don't know your history. I'm not saying that at all. But first of all, like I said, slavery ended in the mid-1800s. Your ass wasn't alive. How you know what happened back then? I'm not saying it did or did not happen. So let me correct that. I don't want nobody saying, he don't know, that did happen. I'm not saying it didn't. I'm just saying, how do you know? Was you there? No, you wasn't. Nobody alive today had anything to do with that. So when we want to sit here and give an answer about something, stop using slavery. Stop using racism as a fucking excuse. Okay. At least ask some people some questions. Do some type of research and say, well, I did this before. Like I just said, I used that. I don't know. That used to always be a fixation of mine when I hear people saying they want to only do this or only that. I used to ask why. Sometimes people give me an answer. Sometimes people will say, mind your own business. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. But at the end of the day, I hate that. That's like a crutch that we use, you know what I'm saying, to move on in our lives. And we need to stop that. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. Like I said before, I'm gonna give another example. Like a lot of people these days, when they're struggling, when they can't find a job, they love to go get on welfare. Like I told you before, when my dad died, my mom was struggling to pay the bills. She would work 16, 18, 19, 20-hour fucking days every fucking day to pay the bills, to take care of the house when my dad died. Not one time did she get on food stamps, any kind of government assistance. And that was back in the goddamn 80s and 90s when I was growing up. And to this day, that left an impression on me and my family, my siblings, and none of us is on food stamps. We ain't using no fucking excuses. Since my point in saying all that, we ain't using no excuses. We trying to make shit happen. And that's what I'm saying. We need to stop using fucking excuses for every goddamn thing that we can think of. Well, why do you think that is? And I saw you when you were setting her up with that question. I read that, but I read that when you asked her that. Come on now, I read it. Come on now, Honcho.
I was just curious about that because, like I say, she brought a different perspective than the usual perspectives that are in the den. So I just kind of wanted to know how she felt. And like I say, I'm a interested person in people and what they think. And so maybe it may not agree, it may not be along the lines of my personal thoughts, but hey, I like to see the other perspective. Maybe it's something that would have been said that would have swayed me. But again, there were a couple of interesting things that she said that made me want to look into it. That's why I said I want to continue the conversation at a later date because there's some things I want to look into before I go out on that limb. But absolutely.
But anyway, like the caller before me called and he was saying that she was kind of contradicting herself. What you trying to say? I don't give my woman flowers. She's black. I give my woman flowers all the time. I tell her how much she's beautiful. She turns me on, how attractive she is all the damn time. So that's a crock of bullshit. Yeah. Even when she's getting off of work, walking in the door, she can be, tired, just drained, just ain't looking her best. I still tell her she's beautiful. I want her, all that stuff. So that's a crock of bullshit just because you say a white man gives you flowers. So what you talking? So now you dissing black men. So you saying that we dissing y'all. So now when you say that, you dissing us. Come on now. So anyway, I'm gonna go on and wrap this up. I'll holler at you, man. I'm finna go and take my ass to bed. I just have to get my spill on that. I'll holler at you, man.
All right, man. But I appreciate the call.
All right, have a good one.
All right, you have a good one. I can't fuck with y'all. Y'all black people started slavery, y'all commentary. Here's the deal, because I did see someone who was trying to get in, and then probably gonna wrap it up a little bit shorter, because like I said, I'm gonna start winding the dens down a little bit early, so that way, we can have more potent content filled in, so we don't draw them out too long. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out how we get the three-way action going. But I'm trying to give it a moment to, because like I say, somebody was calling in, and then we'll see if they, if they still want to make their call, and then we'll get ready to wind it down here shortly. But, it's a lot of things that, like I said, I like to see both sides. I like to see people's perspectives, views, thoughts, and opinions. Because, again, everybody may not agree, but that's the purpose of the den. We're all friends in the den, whether we agree, disagree. It's about seeing the other side and how they feel, what they think, their opinions on stuff. Because, again, we're all different. We're all individuals. We've all had different experiences on this planet. So we're going to see things from a different perspective, a different point of view. But ultimately, you say about a story, you stole the other, you had a little edgy. No, yeah, I was thinking about that. I was actually thinking about doing something with the Discord, because I have a Discord. I have some, and I was thinking about doing something with that. But again, what I know is that, for the most part, most people are watching, on their phones or whatever. And, if I did set up something with the Discord, especially during more live conversations, that, it would be difficult to do the both. But what I was thinking about, with some of the folks who've joined the Patreon, is maybe doing a Discord chat where, we had a conversation all day. Just like y'all be bucking the system in the chats and stuff. And, again, we have the Facebook group if you want to join the Facebook group and speak on that. So again, it is what it is. Need to share the live on Facebook. Yeah, I do need to do that. I mean, I ain't got no, I ain't got no Facebook friends, so nobody fuck with me. But I need to post before we do go live. I definitely need to start posting that link and putting that out there. Yeah, but I ain't kicked Jay Dizzle out. But she did come through, like she said. She shout out to T'Challa, because she definitely did. A three-way call with Jay Dizzle, Miss White. I ain't put out Jay Dizzle. Yeah, look. I think I see. Here's my thing. I think Jay Dizzle had some action going, right? So that's why he called in early, get the call out the way, do his den duties. Then, he has some other duties to go take care of. That's what I think really happened. Don't let it fool y'all. Jay Dizzle be out there, doing doing the damn thing. But well, here's the deal then. We're gonna get ready to wind it down. And again, like I said, we just gonna kind of start shortening the dens instead of the 2-3 o'clock in the morning dens. We're gonna just kind of keep them a little bit short, a couple of hours, content filled. More action. People can get their thoughts in and all that good stuff. But here is the deal. I know somebody put a confession on layaway, and I ain't ever hear from them. But it is what it is. Yeah, if you text, you should be able to. Here's the text. I see somebody. I see a particular character texted, but I think we should save the news for tomorrow so we can find out. But here is the deal. Y'all know what that means. I appreciate y'all. I fucks with y'all. I appreciate all the support, the love, and everything that's been coming in, man. We'll be back at it tomorrow. Like I say, yeah, to get to bed a little bit early so I can, not be all groggy in the mornings, give y'all better content, some actual, short videos and things like that. Look, I lost some people to say, this motherfucker doesn't talk about anything, then abandoned, they didn't unsubbed and shit, but it's all good. The core, the ones who really fuck with it, I appreciate all y'all. And tomorrow, 10 o'clock Central Time, live every night. Y'all got some homework. Tell a friend about the Den. I know some of y'all don't want to tell. I don't want them in there hearing what I be talking about. You got to find one of them friends you can trust. Friends, how many of us have them? But with that being said, I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Thank y'all. Make sure you're checking out the socials, all that good stuff. You following on the proper shits. And, oh, no wonder the fucking shit slid out. That's what the fucking cut off. Topic for tomorrow. You got to follow on Instagram or Twitter to get the topic for tomorrow, or be in the Facebook group, and I'll be dropping it in there. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm thinking about it, DeMarcus. I ain't ignoring it, but I'm thinking about it. I'm weighing. I have to discuss with my den moderators and things like that. And I ain't ignoring you, but we'll see what's up. We'll see what's up. But I appreciate all of y'all, man. Y'all be cool like y'all be cool, man. Den generous denizens, friends of the den folk. Y'all have a good night. DeMarcus. We gonna see what's up. We gonna see what's up. But with that being said, man, hey, y'all ain't got to go home. It's still early enough for y'all to go get you some Taco Bell or some Subway, depending on where you at. I mean, if you don't wanna, if you don't want to, I'm encouraging you to. You just got to be there for the den. We just talking shit, trying to get it live, but. I appreciate all y'all for coming through. Thank y'all. Y'all have a good evening. And I'm gone. Hold up. Michael Jackson ain't do that shit. I don't care what y'all say. You know what I'm saying? I see the video and came back out about him. They trying to do my boy Michael bad. They trying to talk bad about Michael. Michael ain't with that shit. Michael was a motherfucking gangster. I'm gone.